It really pissed me off. He did look more inspired than I've seen him look as a Dallas Cowboy since his freaking rookie year. On just sheer presence, he ignited the whole stadium, and I hope they enjoy it while it lasts. I must say, I did wear my Wayne chain today. This is a gift from my brother, Lil Wayne, just because he's such a Packer fan. This guy has a long history in Dallas of slowly but surely wearing down over the season. He's not a physical football player. It will be diminishing returns throughout the year as he goes up against the Panay Sewells, who rock him, and he finally starts saying, damn, I don't like this. He doesn't enjoy that kind of contact. And all I got to say for Cowboy Nation right here, right now is, in 2 games against the Philadelphia Eagles last year, we lost 34-6 and 41-7. The other night, without Micah Parsons, at defending champs on banner-raising night, in the second half of that game, they score 1 field goal from 58 yards, and that's all you get against the Kenny Clark-led defense. I'll take that. I'm not missing him at all.
He is a Ferrari. The negative that you want to keep using is not a negative anymore. He's not going to wear down. This was the last piece for them. Your new girlfriend is not better. I'm sorry. You got a pickup truck. If you want to haul more trash, that's what it's for. You're trading one weakness for another weakness.
Micah Parsons actually only played about 45% of the snaps. But between Jordan Love's poise, Josh Jacobs, what is that, 9th straight game he scored a touchdown? Franchise record. The coaching, Green Bay looked different, folks. It is official. Let me overreact. Green Bay is winning that division. I don't need to watch Vikings-Bears tonight, and I do not need to see the Lions again. Adding Micah, played less than half the snaps, is different. Between Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love and that run game and Rashawn Gary and Micah, this is the best-looking Packer team I have seen since Aaron Rodgers in his prime. That defense was flying all over the field. Like, they always use first-round picks on defense, but you never really feel like they're intimidating. Like, Baltimore plays on fire. Denver with that crew in Denver. You see orange jerseys everywhere. Yesterday, that is the best Green Bay's defense has looked. It didn't look like a Packer defense. Hyper-aggressive. And Micah Parsons already making an impact, creating more space and better matchups for the guys around him. So, and those wide receivers and tight ends, we've been talking about this the last 3 years. Green Bay just doesn't miss very much on offensive players. They're the opposite of Belichick and the Patriots. They hit on almost everybody. Even the wide receivers like Reed were like, well, I don't know. Romeo Dobbs, sometimes he has the drops. They all make plays. Kraft, the tight end's a stud. He's a Pro Bowler. He's going to be a big-time player for the Packers. 10 different guys caught passes. Green Bay was the best football team, coaching, offense, defense, I watched all weekend. I don't need to see anything else. I don't care if it's overreacting, because I know Matt's a great coach. And I know Micah Parsons can play. And I know those tight ends and receivers I've been watching for 3 years, if they stay healthy, are good. And I know Josh Jacobs, he's a bull, man. All I'm saying, I watched football weekend like you, starting last week college football, starting pro football Thursday night. That is the best team I watched. I do not see the holes. I don't see them. Jordan Love, sometime, think about Jordan Love. He's always more Favre than Aaron Rodgers. He's going to let it rip. He's going to have bad picks. Brock Purdy had bad picks. Andrew Luck had bad picks. Elway had a lot of them. The bottom line, are you willing to let it go? Do your prep, see the field, let it rip.
His first years, he was kind of iffy against the run, but I feel like last night, he looked great against the run, honestly. Because you get better, Skip. You young, you get better. I was young. I left the Bucs with 16 picks, bunch of interceptions, but I gave up a bunch of touchdowns. When I got to New England, Bill said, hey, keep playing that ball, but I want you to focus on what you give up. You ever thought about that? And it made me say, I used to just think, oh, I get picks, I'm good. I get picks, I'm good. Bill made me start worrying about what I give up. So I fixed that part of my game. From New England on, I ain't give up a lot of Just like Parsons. Everybody want to say he can't play the run, he can't play the run. Last night, it looked like he focused on that He ain't go against them 3 interior guys. He went against that damn all-pro. Basically, every damn snap, he went against Panay.
He did.
All damn day.
Yeah.
One time I seen him bench press Panay. Put him on the ground.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? I know you seen that.
I saw it.
No,
that was against the run. You can't find out one more guy. No, he ducked it.
Kenny Clark.
No. It's hard to come into a team where they had a training camp and they said these are guys and this is the starter and this is the starter and you kind of form those relationships to come in and a guy who's not the highest paid player, like you got to win the room. You got to earn guys' respect, not because of your pockets, because of what you acquire on the field. So I think, that's the most important thing. And, because, you could pay a guy a lot of money and not be worth anything. So I think for me, the most important thing is to prove what I'm worth on the field and as a teammate so that way I can win these guys' respect.
Week 1 of the NFL season wasn't just about football. It was about scandal, power, and double standards. And right in the middle of the storm, Philadelphia Eagles defensive tackle Jalen Carter fined $57,222 and slapped with a suspension that reeked of hypocrisy. Let's rewind. Eagles versus Cowboys. Prime time. The biggest rivalry in the league. Tempers were already boiling, hits flying, and then NBC cameras caught it. Carter spitting. Not on the ground. Not in the dirt. Directly on Dak Prescott. The refs wasted no time. Personal foul. Ejection. Shower early. The play instantly overshadowed every touchdown and every highlight. But Carter didn't run from it. He stood in front of the cameras and said it plain, "It was a mistake on my side. It won't happen again. I let my teammates, my fans, and my family down." That's accountability. That's ownership. But here's the truth the NFL doesn't want you to hear. Carter didn't act in a vacuum. Earlier in the same game, cameras caught Dak Prescott spitting near Eagles players. Not on them, not at them, but close enough to ignite tension. Close enough to be seen as provocation. So why is Carter the only one punished? This is where the NFL's discipline system gets exposed. Because history proves spitting has never been punished like this. 2006, Bill Romanowski spits in J.J. Stokes' face. Fine, $7,500. No suspension. 2020, Marcus Peters spits at Jarvis Landry. Fine, $12,500. No suspension. But Jalen Carter? One act, one spit, and suddenly the league throws the book at him. $57,222, a suspension, and public humiliation. That's not consistency. That's hypocrisy. Because Dak Prescott isn't just a quarterback, he's the NFL's golden boy. The face of the Dallas Cowboys, the league's most valuable brand. He's untouchable. And to protect him, the league shifts the story. Carter becomes the villain. Dak becomes the victim. And the NFL gets to say, case closed. But fans aren't stupid. They saw Dak spit. They saw Carter snap. They know what really happened. And they're asking the same question we are. Why does one man get punished while the other gets a free pass? Let's talk numbers again. Carter's fine wasn't random. It was essentially his entire game check. That's the NFL's way of sending a message. We'll make you pay, and we'll make an example out of you. But the message wasn't about discipline. It was about politics. Because here's the kicker. No NFL player has ever been suspended for spitting before. Not Terrell Owens. Not Romanowski. Not Peters. Nobody. Carter is the first. And it just so happens his victim was the Cowboys' golden boy. Coincidence? Please. After the game, Dak stood at the podium, polished and rehearsed. I was surprised by Carter spitting. That's not who I am. Smooth words. But notice what he didn't say. He didn't mention his own spitting. He didn't acknowledge the cameras catching him hawking one near Eagles players. He didn't take an ounce of accountability. Instead, Carter took the fall alone. And because Carter admitted fault, the NFL washes its hands and moves on. But fans don't. Players don't. Coaches don't. The Eagles' locker room sure as hell doesn't. This isn't just about Jalen Carter spitting. This is about a league that will bend its so-called justice system to protect its stars, to shield its chosen faces, to keep its billion-dollar brand spotless. So let's be real. If Dak Prescott had spit on Carter, are we even having this conversation? Would Dak be suspended? Would he lose a dime? Or would the NFL sweep it under the rug like it never happened? The Eagles-Cowboys rivalry didn't just add another chapter. It added a scandal that exposed the NFL's biggest weakness. When it comes to discipline, not all men are created equal.